Chapter 8. Author's note. Stop flassing, okay? If you do, then you're a prep.
Flassing? Is that like flatulence? What is flassing?
I don't know. A bunch of X's, 666, and a little bit more X's. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room even though he was naked. Why would he do that?
Well, yeah, because I'm just going to go into Professor Snape's classroom because he's the only instructor that I remotely respect. I'm going to go in naked and start begging this girl to take me back because I know he loves that.
The entire school and student body. Naked.
Yes, despite the fact that he has a reputation to uphold.
And I think his dad would be very happy about that.
Oh, he would be overjoyed, I know.
Bravo,
son.
Yes.
Stuffing your todger in everybody's face. Good job. I really admire that about you. So respectable. You've done wonders for the family name.
He was naked and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think, Draco screamed sadly. My friend, Bloody Mary Smith.
Bloody.
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 Bloody me.
Bloody. What? Is that a proper name or what? I'm gonna name my kid Bloody. You know, Bloody.
Bloody. But my friends called me Bloody. Anyway, my friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understatedly.
You can call me Ludi B.
Ludi! This whole story is Ludi. We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony. Let's see. She flipped her long waist length. Oh, that kind of waist, huh?
You know, I was just going to mention that her initials spell BMs, so I suppose this is relevant now.
Yes. Her long waist-length Gothic black hair. Why does everybody have black hair? When we were describing Draco, did he have black hair?
I don't remember. Hopefully not, because he doesn't have black hair.
Yes, he has.
He's fair-haired.
Yes. Black hair, and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses in.
Apparently, the School of Hogwarts got a great, massive offer for red contact lenses, because every fucking body's got them.
Yes. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on for some reason. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it.
Wait, what?
She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith and not Granger, since she has converted to Satanism. She is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor.
That's not how that works.
No, it's not.
That's not how the sorting works. And frankly, how... This is Hermione?
Yes.
Like, Hermione?
Yes.
How does that even work?
It doesn't.
That's goofy.
Yes, it is.
That's fucking goofy.
Yes, it is. Ah, this story, I love you story. I love you so much.
This is definitely a toxic relationship.
It just keeps going and going, and it gets worse, and it just totally destroys everything that was Hermione Granger.
And then Laura.
And then Laura.
I'll never forget that.
What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape
Oh, that was good. I like that.
Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him.
Yeah, because
you want to do
it's
when you're around Professor Snape.
Yeah, it's a really great idea to ignore the dude who's probably going to turn you upside down in midair and make you pee all over yourself.
Some of the teachers I don't think I'd want to fuck with, but the top of my list of don't fuck with this guy is Snape. Because I don't think he really gives a shit anymore.
No, he really doesn't give a shit anymore.
I mean, he's already fucked. I don't want to spoil anything for people who, are busy reading Harry Potter and stuff, but yeah. So, I don't really see what he's got to lose. Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him.
No one was really surprised, though. They were just like, yeah, we always sort of knew it.
Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco. When were you dating Vampire?
Well, he talked to her once, so technically, according to her, they were dating.
I guess. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me.
We're having issues here, apparently.
Yes. I had went out with Vampire, I'm bi, so is Ebony, for a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because I liked Brittany, a stupid, preppy fucker.
No, he liked Brittany.
Oh, because he liked Brittany, my bad.
I liked Brittany, she was such a fucker.
Well, I was confused for a minute. I'm like, the story is dumb, that's why I love it, so... We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was Gothic. Haha, like I would hang out with a prep.
What is this deal with every fucking story we've ever read, I think, that has this tremendous contempt for preps?
I think maybe it's a lot of, kids who were like me. I don't know what life was for you in school, but we're like, it wasn't like you were just in the middle of all the cliques and crap, but you were like the bottom of the barrel, and all the preps and stuff were just god-awful. Well, I shouldn't actually say a specific school, but the high school I went to, the city I live in, are known for being a huge, rich prep, well-off people who go to the local high school here. Like a lot of doctors and lawyers and stuff. And a lot of their kids are kind of assholes, and especially don't understand that not everybody
has the opportunities they do.
And so they're just the biggest pieces of shit you've ever seen.
And I understand, when people have bad experiences, for example, like that. But at the same time, it's just sort of like, well, not everybody. And a lot of this seems to be very superficial, like fashion, rather than actually a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because you're not really technically a preppy anyway, unless you're at a preparatory school to begin with.
Yeah.
It was just a style that became popular and is often associated with the affluent. So basically all this is doing is, and all these stories, is just casting preppies, or preps, so to speak, as the opposite of goths. And that's not really true.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it just gets under my skin that all these stories seem to do that, and it's just very odd to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, these people aren't trying. They're just, looking for what they think are really extreme opposites when they really aren't related at all. They're just their own different stereotypes or their own different cliques or groups.
Yeah.
Really groups that just intermingle into each other.
Schools, especially high school, there aren't really groups that are opposites of each other.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not really opposites. People can't really be opposites. They're just too complex.
Yeah.
You have to really distill someone down, dumb them down to like the lowest common denominator, the most simple factors at all, to even start to think of them. Oh, there's opposites. No, they're not. They're people. Sorry, I'm getting off on so many
It's okay. You're making much better conversation than I am, because like I said, I know this story like the back of my hand, so I would just read it and be like, this story is awesome. I can't really put witty commentary on this because I just love this story. I mean, I know it's bad. It's the epitome of bad. It is the bad fan fiction.
Yeah,
But-
I'm not sure if I would say this is the epitome of bad because, I mean, we've read Star Turds, so...
Yeah. Well, not on this show. I mean, clearly, this was written, I don't know, early 2000s? Somewhere in there. And I mean, other stuff has come out since then, but I would say this is... of modern troll fanfictions, this is probably the grandmother of them. If not the at least mother of them. Because... a lot of people wouldn't have wrote those had it not been for the infamy of My Immortal. But at least I can look at this and be like, ha 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 ha! I couldn't do that with Star Turds because that was just so fucking stupid.
It was so relentless, and we were so far into it that we couldn't really take a break. We had to finish it. So,
And it was only 4 chapters.
I know, it seemed like it was longer than this. This is actually fun so far.
Well, with the exception of that one thing that was offensive, but
Yeah, but I mean, this author is obviously not a brilliant person, so...
the person she's portraying isn't, but I'm definitely sure this is a troll. Especially once we get to later chapters. Stuff is just timed so perfectly that it has to be created by somebody who is an absolute genius at how to troll people. Because I can't... This has to be a troll. It has to be. It just has to. And I want to meet this person and learn their secrets. Because this is amazing. But anyway. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, says Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard, I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the forbidden forest where I had lost my virility to
Virility?
Draco, and then I started to burst into tears. Well,
No, to bust into tears.
Oh, bust into tears. Yes. Well, she does have the boys thingy.
She lost her virility to Draco. Well, good job, Draco. Good show, old fellow. Chapter 9. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the books. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, I didn't read all the books. Okay.
The box.
The books. This is from the movie, okay, so it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Besides, I said he had a headache, and the rest on Snap Docent Lick Harry right now is 'cause he's Christian and Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks. What these statements have to do with each other are about as similar as window, knee, penis, goat, orange.
Yes. And I don't think religion matters in the Harry Potter universe.
I don't think it ever came up.
I mean, it was
Seriously.
really about racism, really.
Really, there was no need to bring up religion in the first place because it would have just even more overcomplicated a story that was already getting overcomplicated by the end of it anyway.
And granted, as a Christian, I would not feel comfortable knowing someone is a Satanist, but at the same time, who gives a fuck? What does it matter as long as he's not an asshole to me, and I'm not an asshole to him?
Yeah.
I don't really see what the problem is here. I mean, yeah, that would bother me, but I can go somewhere else.
That may be too much to ask for these characters.
Yeah.
So let me just say XXXXXXXXXXXXX.
You just love saying that, don't you?
I do enjoy it. I enjoy it so much. If we ever end up doing our own false bad fan fiction, I'm going to have to do that. We're going to have to do like the lines of X's and probably 666 somewhere in there.
Okay, we can do that.
I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me, for cheating on you, despite the fact he never went out with you. I began to... What?
I said technically they never committed themselves to each other. They just
right.
went on a concert and then had sex for some reason.
Yeah, they boned a couple of times. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're committed for life, you know? I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Yes, that must have been really comfortable to do it against a tree.
Yes.
You're naked. Tree bark is the first thing you want.
Yeah,
Next to your skin.
I don't really want that in my back.
Yeah, maybe it was her front. Think about that. Think about how much worse that would be. And what if, like, ants were crawling on it?
Oh.
This is getting so bad. I'm sorry.
You know, this is just stuff we need to add to our own bad fanfiction.
Then all of a sudden, a horrible man with nose and everything. What? A horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything. So he had red eyes and he had nothing else. I'm not sure what this signifies. I'm not sure what this is describing, but it's very disturbing, probably unintentionally. Started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose. Let me repeat this. He didn't have a nose. Basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't Gothic. How is that obvious?
It's not, but the story is dumb.
Like, what was he wearing? Black pajamas? A black tracksuit?
He was wearing black jeans and one of those polo black shirts.
Yeah, I guess
deer or something on the as a logo.
I guess that is pretty obvious. He wasn't Gothic if he was wearing that. I don't want to envision that, but it's probably still better than what she's trying to illustrate. It was dun 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 Voldemort. No! I shouted in a scared voice. But then Voldemort shouted Imperious, and I couldn't run away. Crookshanks, I shouted at him.
Is that a kitty cat?
Crookshanks is a cat, yeah. I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. Apparently,
did the cat suddenly appear and just jump on him, scaring him half to death so he would fall off his broom?
Maybe he has an allergy to, like, pet dander or something. I don't know. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. If you're a sadist, you probably wouldn't have felt...
It's fucking Voldemort! What the fuck are you gonna stop for? Run the fuck away!
Also, why would he just fly towards someone on a broomstick, anyway?
Doesn't he have, like, Death Eaters and shit he could send after you instead?
Yeah, you'd think that he wouldn't actually have to personally show up for any reason. Whatever. Fuck it all. Ebony. He yelled with a period. Not an exclamation point. He yelled the name Ebony. Ebony. Thou must kill Vampire Potter. Why are you saying it in that way?
Because speaking like Old English is awesome and makes you awesome. And sound really old and awesome.
It didn't work for Edward in the other story. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work here.
I thought about Vampire and his sexar eyes. Oh my god, sexar. His sexar eyes and his gothic black hair and how his face looks just like John Madden. I keep thinking of John Madden. I'm sorry, I will never think of anybody
hey,
but
let's
John
get
Madden.
ready for some football!
I remember that Draco had said I didn't understand. And so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they
what
broke
does this matter now?
I know, like seriously.
This doesn't fucking matter. Voldemort's right there in front of you. Run the fuck away.
This is not really the time or the place to be thinking about your stupid casual fuck buddies.
I could hear Snookles and Jasper making all kinds of gay sex in the back, but so was not the time. Or however the fuck that sentence went. That was so not the time.
No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. Well, at least he's cleverer than he is in the books. I will say that.
Shoot me up some homies.
Well, I mean, really. If you really want Harry Potter dead, give someone a gun. Like, give your fucking Death Eaters a goddamn gun. They can use this spell that kills people instantly, which apparently, in a completely unlikely turn of events, they have nothing to undo, and yet, this doesn't work unless the story says it does. Why the fuck does Voldemort not just go, okay, we're getting some pieces, and we're just going to hand them out, and I need you to shoot the fuck up Harry Potter. I'm going to kill Harry Potter. It's like Kill Bill. I'm going to kill Harry Potter.
And now I'm imagining Voldemort in like a yellow jumpsuit thing, going after like Dumbledore and everybody one at a time before he meets the final boss, which is Harry Potter.
Did you think it was going to be that easy? Yeah, for a minute there, I kind of did. Anyway, Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. If thou does not, I shall kill thy beloved Draco. Why would you do that?
I don't know, because that would really piss off and upset Lucius.
How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude or so retarded look on his face. Yes, because he would look like a fucking valley girl. Oh my god.
Like,
Harry
totally.
fucking
I
Potter.
just went to the salon and got my hair done, and look what they did to it. They shaved me
God.
bald.
Oh my
Oh, it
god.
was so tacky in there, too. I knew I should have went to the place on Fifth Avenue.
You know, Fifth Avenue is the only place.
Yeah, totally.
What were you thinking?
Did you see Becky, though? Oh, my God.
Oh, that bitch.
That's, I saw her going out with Jacob.
Jacob? Oh my god.
I know, right?
Are you kidding?
That was so cray-cray. No, I'm not.
Are you kidding? Jacob? Are we talking about the same Jacob here?
Bitch, please. I would so totally know that dog anywhere. I'm like, I don't know what more to say. I'm like, what do I say?
Oh my god. Oh. So that happened.
Yes, it happened.
That happened. We were, for a brief shining moment, Valley Girls. Both of us. And
And have a sunny day.
I have telekinesis, he answered cruelly.
That's not how that works.
And if you doth not kill vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. You know, it's not really that easy to do anything angrily on a broomstick. I would just like to put this image in your mind of somebody like just a very, very angry expression, you know, just sort of like straddling a broomstick and puttering away.
You know
It doesn't really work, does it?
You know what's in my head right now? Have you ever played or are aware of Nightmare House?
That sounds really familiar.
It's where you're going, the first game is where you're going through a house, and it's a Half-Life 2 mod, or a Half-Life mod.
I think I've heard of it, but I've never actually played
And
it.
then Half-Life 2 has you going through some weird abandoned hospital thing. Well, anyway, there's an Easter egg, and I'm gonna have to find and send it to you later, because this is hilarious, where, my horse is amazing, and they did it with, some of the characters from the game. and when he's talking about his penis, like it shows this guy like get up and they shove a pencil under him, and like then they pull it back and put the guy, and I'm like, that's a pencil, okay. And so now I'm just imagining this with Dumbledore though, but Dumbledore singing it. I mean not Dumbledore, Voldemort.
I was so confused.
I mean Voldemort. Not Dumbledore.
Meanwhile, Dumbledore is singing horny. I'm horny all night long.
I don't want to know Dumbledore. What?
Got me
What's
horny
your
in
thinking
the
about? I don't
morning
need to know
and
that.
oh.
Gonna get my pogo stick out and ride out all night long.
I don't know what to say to that.
I knew pogo stick would be questionable, and then I just added something at the end.
Oh my.
Oh yes.
Scared and mad, I didn't know what to do. Suddenly Draco came into the woods, and he came all over them.
Wow, I didn't realize he could shoot that much cum.
Yeah, well, he stores it all in that one huge boob.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Hey, it makes about as much sense as the rest of this story.
Like, my brain did not function, and I was just like, just agree. It's safe. Just agree. Just say yes.
Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram, get it? Between Joel Madden and Gerard Way? What?
Like a
How
cross,
does that-
but
what?
instead of a cross, it's a pentagram.
But what does Joel Madden and Gerard Way have to do with that?
I don't know.
Are they like having a threesome while he walks? What's going on here? Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me, I expelled. That's okay. he said, depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts together, making out.
Because that's what you do after you had a fight with your boyfriend over something stupid and got threatened by the main villain of the story.
After shouting profanities and the harshest teacher of the entire academy, I might add.
And how much you want to bet that they don't get punished for that at all?